to Gary and his staff. But those guys had an amazing weekend. Actually, his whole UK athletics was a really good weekend watching our both basketball teams perform and this baseball team. Which now, am I understanding this right, we're number 2 in the country? So,
One poll.
huh?
One poll. 16th.
We're number 2 then, that's what we're selling. One poll is we're number 2. So I'm excited about what those guys are doing. We're also excited about spring football beginning, especially with the way we finished off. We felt the last 2 games, the way we played at Georgia and the way we played, which came up short, but also the way we played at Tennessee. And the thing that makes you really excited is seeing those young guys out there flying around. You know, when you look out there was a ton of young, true freshmen that were making plays for us on both sides of the football. Majority of them were on defense though, but just getting to see some of the young guys. So we're excited about getting back on the field as a football team, and just also excited about what Coach Oliver has been doing in the weight room with some of these guys. I'll mention some of the weight gains and weight losses that we've had here in the last since January when they returned back. But just they've done a really good job, and I think a lot of that had to do with the way we finished. In the last couple games. So the injury report: Morgan Newton will not be throwing. He'll be going through the drills, quarterback drills, but will not throw this spring. He will be out. He will not even go through drills. Just he's had labrum surgery, and just worried about him maybe slipping and falling or doing something like that and re-aggravating it. So he will be out. Just be rehabbing with Coach Madalino and Coach Oliver. Josh Clemens, we'll see how daily activities of practice, how he goes. You know, I mean, we'll put him through some of the drills, but he'll be a guy that we'll have to watch real closely. Tavares Johnson will only go through the drills, and Gene McCaskill, which had a little swelling during the off season, but it's now in his knee. Has a little swelling. It's now gone away, so he'll be a guy that's a day-to-day guy for us also. Joe Mansour will not practice tomorrow. He has a strep throat, so he'll be out tomorrow with his illness. Offensively, we've got to find out first of all again this year who the playmakers are at the wide receiver position, and have a little bit more consistency at the quarterback position. Offensive line, we do lose a couple of guys up front, but I feel really good about with the way Darren Miller performed for us last year. He's now at 306. Now looks like a left tackle in this league supposed to look like. Zach West is a guy that had a really good offseason, gained 19 pounds. 9 pounds. He's up to 305. Larry Warford shedded some pounds, which was much needed. He's shedded about 16 pounds and looks really good and moving really well. Kevin Mitchell's another guy that's beefed himself up to 300. He goes back and forth. Sometimes he decides he wants to be a skinny guy, and then he decides he wants to be a big guy, but he really knows how to control his weight. He's up to 300 now. Shaq Love, really excited about this young prospect. He's 301. Trevino Woods is up to 292. So got some guys that are beefed up. Tevin Eatman probably needs to come down a little bit, but he had a death in the family, and he had some illness that was not working in the groups as much as the other guys. Other guys on offense is Ronnie Shields, who I'm really excited about. And when you start talking about playmakers at the wide receiver position, the thing that we feel like that we have an opportunity, we have some guys that we could put in there as some of the tight ends. If we have to play with 2 and maybe even 3 tight ends, we'll do that. because of some of the development of some of these young guys. Ronnie Shields now up to 245, at 14 pounds and not since January. So, and he's really moving around well. So, if we have to play with an extra tight end, we will. And, just because of what we have at the tight end position. Because Sheik Williams is up 10 pounds also. Has done a really good job in the offseason. So is DJ Warren. I'm excited about those two guys also. On the defensive side of the football, another year in this defense is helping us understand how the defense works. We're trying to get our best personnel on the field, but get some good young group. Mike Douglas is up to 265. Farrington Huggins up to 266. So we'll play big end for us. Trayvon Pascal is 258. Kanzuku, who did not work as much with Coach Oliver, is at 261. So our big end position is starting to look like a big end position. These guys are starting to get some beef on him. Cobble's at 332, which is down, but again, a guy that can hold point for us and plays really good with his hands and leverage. Coleman's 298, Rump's 303, and in the best shape I've ever seen the big fella in. And you worried when we went away for a week and came back after spring break. And we all know, we all been on spring break before, but watching the big fella come back and took the plan that Coach Oliver and his staff gave him during the break, and came back, and I was really pleased with the way the guy ran. He ran really well all winter, but then watching him come back yesterday and run up and down the field, not a guy that's leaning over and looks like he's about to take his last breath anymore. A guy that's running and standing up and braving in the right way and looking the right way and not looking like he can play the next play. And before, it hasn't been that way. Dupree was another one of those young guys we talked about that we were excited about in the last couple of games. Just was flying around, making plays. He's now 255. I mean, that's what outside backers are supposed to look like. He's gained about 20 pounds since he's been here. He's running really well. Excited about him. Justin Henderson also played that rush in for us. He's at 245. So we also have some flexibility. We're putting Taylor Wyndham at that position also, who will play at that position. Again,